Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Every just plays. So, I got asked by a couple people that watched the video on how I made these little light towers here. So I thought I would take a minute and I'll show you guys. First of all, this is a couple of iterations of the tower, and it's pretty simplistic. But this just allows your base to be visible from pretty far away, and there's a couple of things you can do. I got one more over here. It kind of acts like a watchtower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys kind of how to make one of those. What we'll do is we'll go right about here on the map. That way I'm far away from my current build. It looks like an open area. Yes, indeed it is. Alright. So this is actually a pretty simple build. It's ridiculously simple, to be honest. I might be able to build it right here. So it uses basic materials, so what you'll need to build it, if you're doing it legitly, of course, you'll need the stone cutter. So it's built on a 6x6 frame. So this is pretty much all you need. So to start with, make sure that you have a flat ground, or at least flat-ish. And then you'll just need a 6x6 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll get rid of the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the hammer will break. That's why I do all this in dev mode. Alright, so then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3. Which will just leave you with this. Now, you can put a door on the bottom down here if you wanted this accessible. For example, like here. But you'll have to take that into account on your own. So just for shits and giggles, I'll leave the door here. So what you'll do is you'll go all the way around with your stone. And if you simply wind a coil, you'll have it staggered the entire way around. Because you have the door here, you'll want to start here. And then you'll need 2 small squares to fill in this edge because you have the door. And then you just continue on like normal. We're going to go all the way around. I have not measured the material cost for this, but this can be built with or without fancy materials. And I usually will go 6 high. So 1, 2, we'll go here. So you'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need 2 more rows of these is what I normally run. And so now you just have a little square right here. Like I said, the door is optional. Don't have to do it. If you want to make it a little simpler, I normally just fill this in with these. You don't have to. The blocks will stay up without the iron. It just, if you end up expanding the tower, it helps a lot with the stability. So, like I said, optional iron bars to support those. If you wish to expand things like, for example, a walkout bridge like I have on the third tower you saw on my base. Otherwise, they won't stay up. So the next thing we have is we're going to lay out the actual roof. And so the way I do that is we're going to draw a plus right in the middle. Then we're going to turn it into this shape. So it's going to look like a guy with one leg. Alright. I'm going to place that there. We're going to get rid of this. Get rid of the plus. And now you will see that you have a perfect square in the middle. That's the easiest way to get a perfect square. That I have found, at least. And you can use any wood poles you want right here. This doesn't particularly matter. I'm just doing this for the aesthetics. But you're basically going to make a 2-high box here, and that's going to be the center of your little thing there. You can add the floor piece. You don't have to if you don't have enough materials. Actually, the most expensive thing to save up for here is going to be the lanterns. Unfortunately, you need a lot of them. So now what we have is I like to add some roofs. And there's a reason I put these first. Makes lining things a little bit later easier. So I'm going to put those roofs on. And then I'm going to land here. This is where you add your colored torches. So I do blue because it's more visible. But green works, regular ones work. It'll work the same either way. Yeah, just put a bunch of them. However much is up to you. Optional. Is the glass. Can be kind of hard to get to stick. Kind of wish they would make this glass less irritating to work with. It is kind of hard to see because of all the lights, so. You could theoretically add the glass on 3 sides first. And then put in your... But, yeah, I get the point. Once you have everything all set up there, we're going to go to this side. I've already done this like 3 times, so I've got this down to a science. Alright, so now you have your glass. That's kind of what you're looking like from far away. So the next thing you'll need, you can kind of decorate this top however you want, but what I have is I have 3, 1, 2, 3 of these stone pillars on each side, so it makes basically a square. On top of those, we're going to put a single block on the edge. We're going to go to our roof piece, the corner roof piece. You can also do this with regular roofs if you're early on in the game, guys, and you can make this thing with bare bones cheap torches, and you don't need the glass. So if you wanted this tower, you know, aesthetically, and then wanted to upgrade it later, you could. But it's not required. You don't have to use the same full materials that I'm using now. So then, and these will all be stable enough to last you for a while. And so the last thing that I did was I just went to this, and this is again optional component. You can set it to where it's straight, and this will give you that little teepee look on top. Bam. And now you have a really nice looking like watchtower type deal. And so you can add on to this kind of however you want. So if, for example, you wanted, when you get to the Iron Age, you know, you could add, you know, stone walkways all the way around. That sort of thing. Easiest that I've found, obviously, I mean, especially if you're early in the game, you can do wooden walkways, which look honestly absolutely fine. If you do something like this. And now you have a wooden walkway, and you would just give it some little bit of flair. I like things symmetrical, so bam and bam. So you'd have something that looks like that. And you could make any, look, a bird's already landing on my tower. Look at that. You know, and whether or not you put railings on it or what have you is all up to you. What I like to do is get creative, you know. Oh no. I thought that would stay up long enough for me to... There you go. This isn't at all, by the way, a serious build, so all the people raging that it looks stupid. We call this Mr. Snake Eyes. Look. Now we've got a snake. Aha! It's a snake. I don't know. But yeah, you can rail it out however you like. You can just use basic wood, even, if you wanted to. Go as, hardcore as you want. That is how the basic tower is made. Looks pretty neat. Just a quick, less than 20 minutes. You can also expand this out to like an 8x8 to make the tower slightly bigger, and the same principle will work using the roofs. All you would end up doing is adding a roof to each corner. And bam, we go here back to our magical corner piece. You can add the roof. You can even make the roof this big here. You could lower the walkway down a little bit if you wanted, but it would look pretty neat. It's just an aesthetic piece. So, and if you were rolling up by ship, that's what you would see. Alright, appreciate you guys joining me. Hopefully if you like this kind of tower design, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. And this will show you kind of also, what I have running. It'll take this base a minute to catch up because it's absolutely huge. This one I have bridged. So these are all bridged. So the way that you would do the bridge, I can show you in a later video. But I do have a method actually for creating this bridge style. So you can see that I've done it here, done it here. So if you're interested in seeing how to do that and keep it stable, I will do a video on that as well. And as always, Average Dream Just Plays. Appreciate you guys joining me.